Lewis Hamilton has once again proven why he isn't just a seven-time world champion, but also one of the most mentally and physically tough athletes in the world of motorsport. In the middle of growing conversations around safety, comfort, and driver well-being in Formula One, Hamilton stood tall with a bold and unapologetic opinion. While many drivers have been voicing concerns about the extreme heat and physical strain of certain Grand Prix weekends, Hamilton took a completely different route. He didn't ask for the sport to become easier. He didn't ask for new rules or more comfort. Instead, he called for Formula One to remain exactly what it was always meant to be: brutal, demanding, and elite. This all came after the chaos of races like Qatar 2023, where the heat was so extreme that some drivers could barely finish the race. Esteban Ocon threw up inside his helmet. Lance Stroll nearly lost consciousness. Several drivers needed medical help after getting out of their cars. That race sparked a serious discussion in the paddock. Many began pushing for new safety measures, such as better cooling systems, improved cockpit airflow, and even rules to prevent racing in such intense weather conditions. It seemed like everyone was looking for ways to make Formula One more manageable. Everyone, except Lewis Hamilton. Instead of joining in on the complaints, Hamilton said something no one else was brave enough to say. We're supposed to be the highest of the high. It needs to be tough. With that statement, he made it clear that pain and struggle are not flaws in Formula One. They're part of what makes it the pinnacle of motorsport. According to Hamilton, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be for everyone. It's supposed to push drivers to their limit, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Hamilton knows what he's talking about. He's been through those brutal races too. He mentioned struggling only twice due to heat in his long F1 career, once in Malaysia during his rookie year when his drink system failed, and again in Singapore 2023. But even then, he didn't call for changes. He didn't look for excuses. He looked for solutions. He talked about better preparation, staying hydrated using a cooling vest before the race, and optimizing the body to handle the extreme stress. That mindset is what separates a good driver from a true champion. What's especially impressive is that Hamilton is saying all this while he's going through a major change himself. He's joined Ferrari, learning a new car, adjusting to a new environment and adapting to a different team culture. Most drivers would be focused only on surviving that kind of pressure. But Hamilton, he's still raising the bar for what it means to compete in Formula One. Even in a transitional phase of his career, he's showing younger drivers what real toughness looks like. His stance goes against the trend we're seeing in modern sports. Athletes today are surrounded by support, nutritionists, therapists, recovery tools, and even rule changes to keep them safer. And while those things are important, Hamilton is reminding everyone that true greatness comes from being able to suffer and still perform. He's not saying drivers should risk their lives or pass out behind the wheel. He's saying that being elite means being able to handle what most people can't. This mindset is rare in today's world. It's easy to ask for help. It's easy to call for new technology or easier conditions. But Hamilton is showing that there's still value in being the kind of athlete who refuses to take the easy road. He wants to prepare harder, push himself further, and earn his success through effort, not comfort. And when we look at what happened in Qatar, it's clear why this mindset matters. That race was a reminder that Formula One is dangerous, yes, but it's also a test of endurance, focus, and preparation. When other drivers blurred in and out of consciousness or needed medical treatment, it exposed just how extreme this sport really is. Hamilton didn't dismiss that danger, but he did remind everyone that F1 is meant to be for the very best, not just technically, but physically and mentally as well. There's a reason why Hamilton's words carry weight. He's not just talking from the sidelines, he's lived through it. And even now, at 39 years old, he's still pushing himself to meet the demands of the sport instead of asking the sport to slow down for him. That's what makes him different. That's what keeps him in the conversation for greatest of all time, not just because of his wins, but because of his attitude. As Formula One continues to evolve with hybrid engines, more data, and high-tech tools to help drivers, Hamilton is a voice calling us back to the core of the sport. The grit, the pain, the personal challenge. He believes that the suffering is not something to be removed. It's part of the identity of the sport, and in many ways that mindset is becoming more and more rare. So when the grid returns to hot circuits like Singapore or Qatar in the future, you can expect the debate to return. Should the sport change to protect drivers more? Or should it stay true to its brutal nature? Thanks to Hamilton, we now have a powerful reminder of what Formula One has always been about. Not ease, not comfort, but endurance, effort, and the will to overcome. Hamilton's message is clear. If you want to be the best in the world, you have to suffer more than anyone else. That's the price of greatness, and that's why, even now, Lewis Hamilton still stands at the top, not just as a champion, but as a symbol of what it really takes to stay there.